Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And a lot of people have been wondering, what are we doing with XRP? Are we buying? Are we selling? What's going on? Well, long story short, guys, you've most likely already heard me talk about it, but I told you all I am buying. Mostly for the reason that even though prices might fall down from here, even though they might, I don't want to take the risk. Many lawyers have been pointing out we are so close to something so ridiculously great. I don't want to take the risk of not being part of it. I just don't feel comfortable to be in that position. So what I basically told you guys at the time was I'm going to be buying at about 71 cents. Now I told you all as well, the price skyrocketed up to about 75 or 76 the same day, yet I still was clinging on to that 71 cent area, and right now you can see that's exactly where my entry price is, and right now we are in about 12% profit, aka about $180. I know a lot of you guys might say, oh, that is not much. Who cares, right? It's cool. It's a percentage game in the end of things anyway. It's about getting yourself the return you're looking for, and I'm not the type of guy to brag on YouTube here with millions of dollars. It's about the idea, it's about the concept, and I think it's still pretty fun. So also for you guys all watching, there's so many people who open these big trades just to show you something crazy. Not me, alright? This is just a fun little thing I'm doing here to show you guys, and, well, worked out. Showing it to you guys. If it doesn't work out, I'll also show it to you guys, as we've shown losses here countless times before. But it's because we hold through, persevere, and ultimately, with enough patience and a little bit of knowledge of the markets, it's pretty difficult to lose. It is only when you start to panic that things can really go sideways. And having said that, if you're looking for the platform I'm trading on right now, it is called Bybit. It's where you can trade with leverage. Right now we're trading with 2.5 times leverage. Next time, I think we'll actually up the stakes here a little bit to maybe like 10 times leverage or so. I told you guys about that as well, that I firmly believe if you know what you're doing, some higher leverage is better. And pretty soon here, I'll be making a guide over on my Patreon, how I'm going to be trading on Bybit for the settlement if it's about to come, basically what trade I'll put in. Now, having said that, on you today here we see 182.3 million XRP sent to Jet Mccaleb, while Ripple unlocks another billion XRP. Yeah, I didn't make a video about it yesterday because I was kind of tired and already gave you guys the anticipation. What was going on was a billion XRP got released. And what that meant was that Ripple had some access to XRP that they could have chose to do whatever they wanted with. And people, of course, went crazy again, berserk, yada, yada, yada. Any other things, it doesn't actually matter. It's just happens every single month, right? What was a little bit more confusing, though, was this huge transfer to Jet Mccaleb, and I can make it really simple for you all. If there is XRP sent to Jet Mccaleb, understand that it's already Jet Mccaleb's XRP from the get-go. Ripple just stores it because he has an agreement with Ripple that he can sell only a certain amount of XRP every so often, and they basically just send him that money for some trivial reason. I guess that has to do with the lawsuit, as he's just systematically selling every day with a automated program. There's no real human input, and it's basically a number decided by the volume of XRP 2 weeks ago. So it's like an average type of thing. Now, the person who co-founded Ripple Labs, initially known as OpenCoin with Chris Larson, and was the first CTO, Jet Mccaleb, has received another big portion of XRP, a whopping 182 million tokens. And at the moment, Jet's Taco Stand wallet holds an astounding 682 million XRP, according to blockchain service XRP Scan, which is equal to about $522 million. Yet, it's about the wallet that it came from, to be honest with you, and what's in that one. There's a couple of websites which you can check. I'm not exactly sure which ones that is just quite yet, but let's quickly check it out. Here is Jet Mccaleb's settlement wallet. If we check that one out, in that one right now, there's about 174 million XRP. And if we check the Taco Stand out, there's about 682 million. If you add those two things up, that is how much XRP Jet Mccaleb has left. And as it currently stands, he'll run out of XRP pretty damn quickly, but he'd run out of XRP a lot more quickly if the transactions start to pick up a little bit and the amount of money flowing through XRP would pick up. Because right now, Last week he was selling 3.8 million. This week he's selling 4.4 million, but a couple of months ago I think it was selling like 30 million a day. And that's what we want to get to, so he's done and out of his XRP as soon as possible, because I'd rather have him get out of it at, below $1 per XRP rather than getting out of it once it's, let's say a freaking $14 per XRP. I'd rather have him out now. All right, moving on though, because it's being sent to him, but it doesn't actually mean too much. Infrastructure bill crypto broker update sparks confusion. I gave you guys an update as soon as this all was announced, all right? Understand that if you want crypto news that is extremely fast and extremely accurate, make sure you subscribe to this channel. I can almost guarantee you guys that if there's something important, that we are one of the first channels, very often the first channel on YouTube to post updates about it. Specifically in the XRP community, if there's important news, almost always we're first or second to get this news out there. So if you like news and you like to be quick with it, make sure you have the notification bell on as well. And make sure that you press the freaking like button to show your support, all right? It helps out. And also have a question for y'all, actually. How long have you been on the channel for? Like, when did you find out about my channel? What year? What month? Let me know in the comment section. Now, the bill here is extremely difficult, and I will not even try to explain it to you because even I do not fully understand it just quite yet. It spurs confusion for the vagueness, yet all the lawyers over on Twitter are explaining how it is being done in this vague manner on purpose. A new US bill says those classified as brokers in the crypto space will have to adhere to strict tax reporting. As per the latest amended bill, brokers are those who engage in effectuating transfers of crypto, and the bill has sparked confusion over whether cryptocurrency miners would be classified as brokers, and there's been so much of a debacle right now, but it says right here that the bill wants to fund $1 trillion worth of infrastructure projects across the US and boost economic growth. It's been proposed that certain parts of the funding could be offset using $28 billion raised through stringent cryptocurrency taxation. And ultimately, what I don't really get is how people sometimes are sad with these regulations, because for a good part, if you're doing your taxes properly, you don't really care about this anyway because you were going to give it up anyway, right? It's only if they're starting to tax new things that it becomes annoying, but if they just want you to give up things a little bit more clearly, that's not a big deal. Then again, very often when the higher-ups get taxed heavier or get heavier rules, basically, it just becomes more annoying to deal with things, and that's mostly what I'm annoyed with, that things become more annoying. Optimally, I should say, we would just live in a world where everybody does their taxes properly and we can have as much freedom as humanly possible, because as long as you do your taxes, nobody's going to bother you. Yet people try to cheat the system a little bit. Specifically in crypto, people try to cheat the system, and I never really got it. I was always thinking from this perspective, if you just pay your taxes in a good way with your crypto holdings or for your crypto holdings, nothing's ever going to happen to you. You're going to be completely fine. You don't have to worry about all this stuff. I personally never KYC my wallets. Why? I don't want to. Why? Because I don't want to. Period. Do I pay my taxes? Of course. Even on the wallets I've never KYC'd, or the exchange I've never KYC'd, I still just tell the government it is my money because I do not want to mess around. I do not want to come back in a couple of years when my crypto has grown times 10 and get a freaking foot in my lower cavity because I forgot to send them the proper things, whatever. No, I just don't want to mess around with that stuff. Now, that's just my personal thing, right? Moving on, 11 South Korean cryptocurrency exchanges to shut down amid FCS inspection. The point of this one is it's going to get a whole lot worse before it's going to get better. It happens every single time. It's going to happen time and time again, but for right now, that's exactly what you should understand. It's going to be getting a whole lot worse before it's going to get a whole lot better. More and more regulations will come in. More and more exchanges will shut down. More and more exchanges will have troubles. It's going to be that way. There's no way to stop it. Now, Ripple price analysis, XRP against a critical resistance following 22% weekly gains. XRP is still up a powerful 21.5% this week. However, the bulls are now up against a serious resistance they failed to break through on several occasions in the past. Do you guys believe in these resistances, or are they just make-believe that people put up? I mean, logically speaking, 75 cents would have been a big one, and I guess from a certain perspective, this is a big support as well. There's a little line that we've been following since the end of June, and so there's a couple of things to say about it, but I guess we can kind of extend this little layer from before. Yeah, I guess we are coming back into this area. We are retouching it, the area of about, I guess, May to June here, which we've touched numerous different times. We're touching back upon that little supply zone. Interesting. All right, does Robinhood hold the largest Dogecoin address and third biggest Bitcoin wallet? Well, according to a Reddit user and armchair sleuth, Andre from Alberta, Robinhood owns the largest Dogecoin wallet address. The Redditor noted that Robinhood holds more BTC than MicroStrategy, and there's a couple things to say about that. One, well, it doesn't really matter because an exchange holds, like Robinhood holds the cryptos for thousands upon millions of people, and so yeah, them holding a ton of Dogecoin doesn't mean they have all the control of us all of a sudden. They just have control over their people's money for the time being. And obviously, not your keys, not your money kind of goes, yet also kind of not. It's like, even though they have so much in their wallet, it's the same thing as saying that a bank has a lot of money in there. I mean, it's not all theirs. They can use it potentially, or they can have sort of it in their balance sheet, theoretically speaking, yet it's not really their money. It's actually owned by other people, even though they have control over it. And from that same perspective, does it really matter how big the Dogecoin wallet is that they have? No. It just kind of shows potentially how many Dogecoin holders there are on that platform. Same thing for Bitcoin. How many people have actually bought Bitcoin through the platform? And that's kind of all you can take from it. Not really much more. And then Jack Dorsey's Square to acquire Afterpay for $29 billion and will allow Bitcoin purchases. This is a really big deal, really nice, really good. On completion of the $29 billion acquisition, Square says Afterpay consumers will be able to use Cash App's features like Bitcoin purchases. Popular mobile payments platform Square announced today that it has agreed to acquire Australian financial technology company Afterpay via a multi-billion recommended court-approved scheme of arrangement, which I think is rather interesting. The Jack Dorsey-led company said the deal would see it acquire all of the, let me quickly see here, Afterpay issued shares for $29 billion based on the closing price of Square common stock as of July 30th. The transaction is expected to take place in the first quarter of 2022 and paid in all stocks should certain closing conditions be met. So, pretty cool, right? Let's just quickly put it like that. It doesn't really matter how exactly they're going to be buying it. The fact, however, is that Bitcoin will be used in all of this from that point on forward, and I'm just excited about all of it because I know this is progress that we'd like to see. All right, guys, that was it for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe, and I'll definitely see you guys again in another crypto video later today.